Hi, I'm Daniel, and I'll be guiding you through step 6 of getting started with Cloud 66. Before we start, make sure you edit your cloud provider as covered in step 1. For this example, I'm going to use AWS as our cloud provider. First, you'll need to define which region to deploy your stack to. I'll choose Europe for proximity reasons. With AWS, you can also run your Docker stack in a virtual private cloud. I want to expose my services to the outside world, so I leave this setting to use EC2 Classic. One thing to note, when you run a virtual private cloud, we support the use of Bastion servers. The next step is to give our server a new name. I will call it test_help and choose a compute size, general purpose T2. Depending on your workload, you can of course change this. Even after your stack is deployed, you can always scale up and down and add more VMs to your Docker cluster depending on your need for capacity. Next, we define where our data sources are going to run. Data sources are covered in step 5. For example, my MongoDB data source can be run on a dedicated host, and we can also define how big this host should be. I choose general purpose T2 large for now. Running data sources on dedicated hosts is recommended for most production environment. If you don't want to run your data source on our infrastructure, you can always use an external one. External servers are not managed by Cloud 66, and your application will need to find the external service manually. You can use environment variables as covered in step 5 for that purpose. The last thing to consider is the environment your stack will be running. For now, I choose development environment. It's worth noting that development environments in Cloud 66 are always free to deploy. You can always clone your stack to another environment to promote one to production, for example. Working with different environments is great for continuous deployment scenarios. Now hit deploy. Deploying a stack can take some time depending on the workload, so relax, sit back and let us do all the heavy lifting. Cloud 66 will notify you when your stack is up and running, or you can watch the log files live to see what's being done behind the scenes. Cloud 66 helps you build, deploy and manage web apps on any server via the cloud provider of your choice. If you run into any problems deploying your Docker stack, you can access support material through the channels listed on screen. I'm Daniel van Gils, thanks for watching. Cloud 66 helps you build, deploy and manage web apps on any server via the cloud provider of your choice. If you run into any problems deploying your Docker stack, you can access support material through the channels listed on screen. I'm Daniel van Gils, thanks for watching.